Before we get into today's video, I would just like to say we are officially launching the latest merch drop, referred to as For the Horde! And it's going to be 10% off store-wide this weekend only. So if you're a patron, you get 20% off and everyone else gets 10. Check out the link in the store down below, danielbgreen.com, and thank you so much. And we're back for probably the fastest ever follow-up for a bookshelf roast. But why, you ask? Why is this happening?
How should I know that?
It's not so that I can roast your shelves once again, but it's so that you can roast mine. As you can see behind me, I have reached my peak shelf. We've painted the walls, we've cut the wood, we've stained it to all match, and now, dare I say, I have my dream shelf. But I would be a hypocrite if I did not then turn that around and allow you to roast me. So I posted it in the Discord, and without any further ado, let us see what the Goblin Horde had to say about the blue wall, the great blue book wall. I gave myself blue wall? Nah, there's something there. I can't think of it though. Now, I know some people look at my shelves and they go, not a single nonfiction book. They check through my channel reviews and they're just like, you don't read nonfiction? That's not actually true. One, I reviewed The Body Keeps the Score. Still recommend that book, absolutely. But this isn't our only shelf in our house. It's the backdrop for the fiction channel. And Kayla has even introduced me to a couple nonfiction books that really caught my eye. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Frick has quite the punchy title. But yeah, I don't often have the time to read a full nonfiction book because I'm so often trying to read fiction books. Priory of the Orange Tree, why are you so thick? Thankfully, Blinkist is here so that I can get the gist of a book and find out if it's one that I want to squeak into my TBR and manage to get through, like The Body Keeps the Score. Probably the most important book for me personally that I've read in the last couple of years. What the Blinkist app does will tell you a lot of the important material covered in a nonfiction book or podcast in about 15 minutes. I think we all know that there is a good and wrong way to use this. The good would be like, oh, I want to figure out if this nonfiction book should be on my TBR. What are its major points? The bad way to use this would be to claim that you then read the book. You did not. I don't think Blinkist is claiming that. Don't be that guy. It's literally the kid in your English class who's like, I read the book, and you see like the spark notes sticking out of their backpack. Stop. What they do is they boil the major points down to blinks. Basically the key ideas from the book so that you can listen to them or read them while you're doing your daily activities. And it's a great way to filter down what you want to focus on and learn. And really understanding what I think this app is meant for, Blinkist has shared spaces available for you and your family and friends so that if you have read a book or one has caught your interest through the app, you can share it among people and, you know, hey, did you like this? Have you checked this out? And even better, everyone in that shared space can then access the title with or without a Blinkist premium subscription. So if you're like me and your TBR is just infinitely piling and you would like to really hone down what you're going to be spending your time to try and educate yourself with, do what I do and check out Blinkist to see what nonfiction titles are really for you. Start your free trial by clicking the link in the description down below and get 25% off an annual Blinkist premium subscription. Screen recording, cool. All right, 0 out of 10. Needs more typewriters. I do acknowledge that the typewriterage is over the top. It's just what I'm gonna chalk up to being a personal reflection of myself though, because I even have a video on my Patreon that's just like me cleaning my typewriters. I'm a big fan of them, though I don't feel the need to get any more. Like I'm not a collector who feels the need to like endlessly collect. Once I've filled up on the amount that I want, I'm good. And these are the 5 that I want, so I'm happy with that. And if you don't like it as my backdrop, I hope you get hit by a truck. That dice will kill you? Oh, okay, so I've seen some people actually think it is like a giant physical dice. Ace a pillow. Surprisingly firm, able to hurt your nose pillow. Also, Malazan. So, anyone who's gonna roast these, just so you know, that is a gift from Kayla she handmade after seeing someone do something similar online. So that's not even roasting me. That's just roasting a heartfelt gift from Kayla.
The books were originally printed to fit the original sizes, but then we moved to Boston, and half the books that I had been collecting over the past 6 months to gift him were water damaged, and I had to find replacement hardcover copies that then no longer fit. And I know you're saying, Kayla, why did you just remake the whole thing from scratch to match those dimensions?
A whole lot of you are about to hurt Kayla's feelings, I feel. Let's move on. It does say Malazan, though, which is, that sounds like an alternate universe title for Malazan. Malazan? No, it sounds like a cream for your crotch. It's an ointment for syphilis in Middle-earth. You need to stretch over the desk to access the books to the right. Do I? I don't. Okay, for top shelf, yeah, I kind of gotta reach. Okay, I will give you, for the top shelf, I gotta stretch a little bit over the desk. That is true. That's true. Not 10 out of 10 Boromir on screen. I did only do that for this photo. I usually just use the default Mac background photos that just like slowly drift over landscapes because I actually just like them. Also, who the hell uses books as a mug stand? Shame on you. Oh, that mug has never had liquid in it. It's like my one keepsake from the Prime premiere that they invited me to, and will never invite me to another one. Why did they put us in a cage? I do not know.
Okay, and I guess technically I'm probably live streaming your live stream then too.
This,
the camera.
they planned this out very well. Hello. Oh wait, what happens if we touch mics?
Now, very, very shortly, I'm going to be...
So I just keep it there for my own sake. But yeah, that is probably not the best look to have a container of fluid just sitting atop. You know what? No, I like it. It sends a message to the books to stay in line. Visible cords. Get some little clips to attach to the bottom of the shelf. Easily concealable. Okay, one, I completely agree with you. And I did conceal the wires. I'm excited. This is exciting. We put an outlet actually attached under the shelf now. I don't know if you can see it in the back corner. So all the wires are hidden but one, because one is attached in a way where I can't get it back through there, and it's driving me insane. But I'm probably gonna have to unscrew the entire bottom shelf, slide it forward, get the wire out so I can then loop it the other way so it won't be visible. I'll do it. I swear to God, I'll do it within a week. Hold me to that. Please don't. Good joke. Now show us the real one with cats. Oh, I forgot to put my cats in the photo, and that's something I say all the time in roasts. I just flat out failed you all. That's on me. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I kicked them out before I took the photo because I was constructing things and I didn't want them to be here. But you know what? Safety of cats doesn't matter. The photo is what matters. And Kayla's right. We need to put our cats in more dangerous situations. Oh, he is here. Okay, I won't disturb Pips, but I will show you all Pips to make up for it. I hope I made up for the lack of cat. You organize your shelves so nicely to get a sense of control that you severely lack in your actual life. That cuts a little too deep almost. Like, control issues are a very real thing for me, and let's just not talk about that.
Someone's feeling called out.
I'm feeling called out. Someone needs to make a Funko Pop out of his little goblin. I'm pretty sure there's a goblin Funko Pop. They have to have just like a generic goblin Funko Pop that you could get. No one says, oh, I don't have a P.O. box anymore. I will never be forced to have one of those. Yeah. And the Malazan is incomplete. I will come by and forcibly make you get the rest of, oh, because you're saying the ones outside of the original 10, but that is the full original 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This, yeah, I have the original 10. This might be a controversial opinion. My sense, my like OCD urge of completionist never continues on into like bonus books for a series. I completely understand how for a lot of people it does. No question. Like, oh, if you're gonna get the Wheel of Time, you gotta get New Spring. But for me personally, yeah, I mean, if I have like the main series in physical book, especially since I've started using Kobo, will just do like the offshoots or the extra ones digitally and not feel like I need to own them physically anymore. Am I alone in that? Let me know in the comments. I genuinely don't know if that's like just a me thing or not. All the books are fake and just hidden compartments for Funko Pops. Now you all need to get a new joke. I got crap for overusing the Funko thing. Pot, kettle, black. The cables are a sin, and also too many books, as in too dense. Need more knickknacks. I actually agree with this, but I can't take any of them away. All 3 levels of shelves are books that I really want on display, and I even had to cut some stuff that I did not want to take out. So I think I could use a sprinkling more knackage too. This is a good roast. I'm giving your roast an A+. Oh, I should rate their roasts. That would make the video better. More knackage, that's repeated. It got a bunch of upvotes for sure. Lord of the Rings is being squished up in the corner, a shame. That is partially because some of our Lord of the Rings books got taken out to be coffee table stuff, because we actually just have it not even on the shelf. It is out. We're showing our love of Lord of the Rings in our living room. So it's like, yeah, I agree. Another good roast. I'll give that one a B. But we're kind of overdoing it for Lord of the Rings. Our living room has Korean Lord of the Rings, special edition Lord of the Rings, trade paperback Lord of the Rings, and then a encyclopedia of Lord of the Rings coffee table book. Oh, and the vintage paperbacks, artwork of the Silmarillion, and the Atlas of Middle-earth. There's too much Lord of the Rings in my house. The hanging shelves show that you're willing to clean up the mess should they fall. I am very afraid of that, especially because I think last way we had the brackets was technically stronger, at least that's what people told us, and now we flipped them so you can't see them down there, and I'm afraid they're a little bit weaker. But if they fall, I'll make content out of it and everything's okay. It'll pay for itself. The damages will be a tax write-off. Nice use of directional force with the wooden hand. That was intentional. I did that on purpose. The fact that you feel the need to have a meme on your screens shows that you know your shelves are mid and you're trying to distract your audience to earn points, to earn more praise. 4 out of 10 rating from you for my shelves, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that's an 8 out of 10 roast. That, honestly, kind of a little bit. I did just put that on there for you all. Now I feel called out. Damn.
That one hurt just as much as the first one.
And especially because you have an extra cool profile picture, I feel like I just got destroyed. I even admitted doing that earlier in the video. This is a 10 out of 10 roast. Shit. No cats. I know, my bad.
That one hurt.
Now we just have someone else putting their shelf in what's supposed to be my bookshelf roast, but I appreciate the boldness. I will roast your shelf. I can tell you have your urine bucket out front. I think that's a little unsanitary, but if you're that hardcore of a reader, I can understand it. Nothing's really jumping out to me. Way too much knackage, and the books are just shoved in the back like you're kind of ashamed of them. It gives the impression that you have something to hide here. This is just mildly uncomfortable. That's your rating out of 10. Good job. Although the leaning Eiffel of Tower, what is happening in this top corner? This is chaos, and I kind of like it. Shows me the shelves of a midlife crisis. Daniel Green's shelves are in... Okay, that worked. Daniel's first shelf has knickknacks, and then he gave up. Did I not put any knackage? Yeah, I should have more evenly dispersed the knackage. I think the top of the Malazan especially screams for knackitude. That's on me. I'm gonna fix that. Thank you. Good roast. No cats in the pic when we know you got cats. Where's the goblin statue figurine? What's with the typewriters? It's not 1948. Get Campfire for writing your books. 5 out of 10. Because of all the special editions, though. I feel like you could have been a little more hurtful with that roast. I'm going to return your 5 out of 10. That could have been a little bit better. It was too general. Get specific. Really try to just slide under my fingernails. You know what I mean? Daniel Green comments on his bookshelves roast. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed so far. No one's been harsh enough. I really wanted to kind of be blown out of the water, but aside from that one.
Step on up, son! Come on, that's good!
Way too much obsession in getting unique book and no character. Feel soulless. I mean, you kind of opened yourself up for a coming back here. I so ruined the I was gonna point out like you opened yourself up for a comeback because of all the grammatical errors, but I couldn't even talk good. The is up with the dust and smudges in your computer stand and keyboard pad? It's called having cats. That's the only excuse I can possibly put forward, and I hope other cat owners can back me up here, because this is a photo that Kayla took of me just having to give up and rest my keyboard on pips while I was trying to write my book because he insisted on being there. 0 out of 10. Needs more variation on the shelves themselves. You can't just have the same 3 shelves and call it a day. Be original. We put in so much effort to get those shelves to match. Fun story. Stained 2 of them, then stained another one accidentally way darker, and had to figure out a way to stain the first 2 to do the best they could to match the one that was darker, because you can make a stained shelf darker, but it's very hard to make it lighter, though it was way oranger. Whole thing, we got it done. I think they match well enough to not stand out on camera. You show off showing your special made book of all of the Wheel of Time's book fused. Be more humble, you disheveled goblin. Okay, well, I am gonna say, I'm very willing to just, every day and night, I get to touch this and do whatever I want to it, and no one else in the world has this good of an edition of Wheel of Time. Not even Brandon Sanderson or Robert Jordan's wife. I have the best one. and it feels so good. Like evilly good. Like something that shouldn't be. And I'm the guy who rips books. I might just rip a page out of this just to make people mad. Oh, it would make people so mad. It looks like you got someone else to set this up for you. It looks too good. I mean, I did all of it, so that's a huge compliment. I get, thank you. But now does it look too good? Now I'm insecure. I don't know any. The bottom shelf sags like a grandma. Oh, damn, does it? It's a level. It's within the lines, so I'm gonna say that's good. That did make me feel paranoid though. So at least a 7 out of 10 roast. You got in my head. Don't beat that. Look what a mess this shelf is. All these Malazan books with crooked dust jackets and differently sized books. That incomplete Dandelion Dynasty set longing for its concluding book, and the different spacings between the shelf supports. Simply sloppy. I can tell you for sure they're exactly all 16 inches. I'm not being defensive. I'm not being defensive, but I know they are the same distance. Oh wait, no, there's one we had to move slightly. Oh no! And who would ever read the gigantic Wheel of Time binding? Just a decoration piece. Absolutely. Who would put that jug on books? That's just insane. There is a hand on that shelf. I would say you should consult a professional. Clearly deranged. I do agree that I am deranged. I don't think I can debate that. 0 out of 10 for the lack of Funko Pops, more knackage. Man, I really do need to knack it up. I was paranoid that I had too much knackage going on, but thank you. I'm really gonna do more knackage. Looking at these shelves is equivalent to going on a 10-mile hike with a rock stuck in your shoe. That's not specific. You guys gotta get the specificity. Just general insults feel like schoolyard stuff. SF Tibbs, shout out to your book. I feel like there's some lack of knick-knackage. Those are starting to hurt more. The Malazan jackets look weird. That's just being hurtful to Kayla. I'm also sad that the goblin statue I sent you has been phased out so quickly. It's in the living room. We have it more prominently displayed for our guests. Your books look about as used as those typewriters. Well, I cleaned those typewriters, so I hope that was how they look. I hope every time you walk into the room, you think of how many trees you killed just so you could have a pretty background for videos. That gets into my consumerism anxiety, which is a real thing and ties into my doomerism. And yeah, that was a good roast. That was a solemn, hurtful roast. You clearly want to show off your height here by putting the shelves so high up. It's not about showing off my height. It's about making fun of Kayla's lack thereof. That is really important to me. Not enough knackage. I feel like that's the realest criticism and response I've gotten, and I am going to change that. Thank you. How dare you, has One Piece fan not on, have One Piece on the wall?
Jesus, what was that?
It has a severe lack of coziness. That's true, but we make up for it again in the living room. I think our living room mega cozy. It looks like someone just put a shelf together to have a background for their video. That person definitely hasn't read any of those books. You're absolutely right. Clearly, none of them. Just put your cords in the wall. Isn't that what you always say, Daniel? Isn't that what you've said to others? I'm gonna get to it, I promise. How are the turntables anyways? 0 out of 10, fix your cords. Get more knackage, needs more cozy, and obviously Malazan is just a f***ing disgrace.
Spank! 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 Spank!
I like that he summed up everyone else's, and then at the end was like, and Kayla, f*** you.
Oh, right here! Right here! I'm gonna fix that. That's gonna be next year's project.
No, I love it as it is because it's unique and it's mine. Let's start with the positive. Boromir always adds great vibes. Knackage is absolutely delightful. Oh, now we're getting mixed messages. Tons of handsome sets. I'm impressed with the shelves themselves, given the uneven walls. Pretty lights are pretty. The problem areas. Where are the well-loved books? Those are on our shelf out in our living room those are all of our worn books, I'd say. That Malazan set is breaking my heart. I'm so sorry, Kayla. What did you do to that mouse pad? It was the cat. It's always the cat. Are those cat hairs in your microphone? Yes. Where are the kitties? Too many cables, not enough Boromir. All in all, I'll give it a cool Sanderson out of 10. I'll take a cool Sanderson. Malazan books being different sizes can't be helped, but do they have to be so central? Give them a shame corner. Ouch! Ow!
Friendly fire.
I like the typewriters, but I'd probably get another shelf and put some decorations on there. That's actually a good idea. Someone put Malazan. First of all, we've established it's Malazan.
No, I like that one better.
Pros, good taste in books. Unique and fancy bindings. Uniform shelves. Cons, poor symmetry. I'll give you that. Lighting is good for a backdrop, but mute some of the covers. I'll give you that too. Shelf, brackets, visible. They're less visible, but yes, they are still visible. Analysis, C tier, could use more Funko Pops. Aside from what you said at the end there, I feel like this is the most honest review I've gotten so far. Man, that misaligned mass of misshapen Malazan books makes me want to puke.
I'm in danger!
Man hid his own book that he wrote among the chaos of the top right. Love yourself, dude. Then proceeds to have 3 Sun Eater books as hardbacks and 2 as paper. Continuity who? That's not even mentioning the 2 books that are sticking out on the corner of the top and middle shelf. 9 out of 10 because Boromir. Yeah, every single point there was just absolutely correct, and I felt it deep in me. One does not simply submit their bookshelves for a roast without including the bestest additions to the photo, their supportive pets. With that said, I love the color on the wall. It makes all those super pretty additions stand out. Thank you, we worked really hard on that blue. And I have no idea how the pink light works, but it looks cool. Yay! But it also looks a bit too professional. Okay, I'll actually accept that. Where are all the plants and fairy lights? I hate fairy lights, but we can do plants.
You said you didn't want the clutter in there, and then I asked, how is greenery? How are succulents clutter? And you said, it's my shelf, Kayla. I get to do what I want.
I'll put some plants on there. Where are all those toilet cleansed books? Those read with the broken spines, and where the knick-knack in disheveled decline? It makes me wonder if they're on the other side of the photo lens, hiding behind closed doors in darkness, laying in shameful piles. Also, you're challenging the dice gods with that nat 20 on display. That's not the top. The nat 20 is facing that. There's another number on direct top. Others have already pointed out the cable trauma, so instead I'm going to say, nice typewriters. I'm just curious what would happen if you would switch places between the brown far left one and the white far right one, balance-wise. Okay. Hump it in. It will forever remain that way on my channel. And that's because of you, and I love you. And finally, why is the hand like that? Why does it point like that? Because of very intentional artistic choices from earlier. I'll give you a C- for classy, but lacks cats. I'll take it. No beautiful front covers in display. No, because then I'd have to pull out more books that I want to have. I didn't even put my own book on display until today because it was so... Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, it looks like we're getting just back into people submitting their oaths shelves, so I'm going to end it there and say thank you everyone so much for tuning on in for this latest bookshelf roast. Like and subscribe if you have not already, and hit the Patreon if you want to support what I do here. My latest super epic Fringe deep dive is out, and it's performing, so if you could go check that out, I would really appreciate it. Have a good one, y'all. Peace. And I'd like to record a special shout out to my latest high tier patron, Oren Cohen. Thank you so much.